You're welcome here. This is Rainy Cities at Night, and tonight you're already settled in a modest flat overlooking the old town where the rain has been falling steadily for some time now. There's nothing you need to follow closely, nothing to remember or hold on to. The words are here simply to keep you company while you drift, and if they blur or fade, that's exactly as it should be. The room around you is small and warm. A lamp glows somewhere behind you, its light amber and unhurried, casting just enough brightness to soften the edges of the evening. You're not arriving from anywhere. You've been here already, settled into the quiet, and the night has folded itself around you without fuss or ceremony. The rain is the first thing, and perhaps the only thing that matters. It's already falling. It has been falling for a while, long enough that you've stopped noticing when it began. The sound reaches you through the window close beside you, a steady tapping against the glass that asks nothing and offers everything. The rain keeps its own time. Your attention finds the window now, drawn there by the rhythm and the light. The glass is streaked with water, fine rivulets tracing downward in lines that shift and merge, catching the lamplight from the street below and scattering it into soft golden smears. The pane holds two worlds at once, the warmth of the room behind you and the cool autumn night pressing gently against the other side. You can feel both, even without moving. On the windowsill, just within reach, sits a teacup. It's ceramic, smooth beneath your hand if you were to lift it, though you don't need to. The tea inside is still warm, or nearly so, placed there a little while ago and left undisturbed. It doesn't need to be drunk. It's simply there, present and unhurried, keeping its own quiet company alongside the rain. Beyond the glass, the street below comes into view. The cobblestones are dark with rain, their surfaces slick and gleaming wherever the lamplight reaches them. A shallow puddle has formed near the base of a street lamp, and in it you can see the lamp's reflection, softened and blurred, a pale gold halo that trembles slightly when a fresh gust of wind sends ripples across the water. The rooftops beyond are old stone, their edges dark and indistinct against the gray sky, fading into the evening as though the city itself is settling down for the night. Across the street, one window glows. It's far enough away that you can't see what lies inside, close enough that it feels like gentle company. The light is warm, steady, asking nothing of you. It simply exists, another small point of warmth in the rainy evening, and knowing it's there is enough. The air near the window carries a faint coolness, the kind that comes from damp stone and autumn rain rising from the street below. Behind you, the room is warmer, the air still and soft, scented faintly with tea and old wood and plaster. Somewhere in the gap at the window frame, you catch the neutral, slightly smoky scent of autumn air, clean and unhurried. You're aware of the chair beneath you, or perhaps the cushion supporting your weight, its surface yielding just enough to hold you comfortably. There may be a blanket resting across your lap, or the weight of heavy clothing against your shoulders. Everything here is already in place. This is a room where nothing is required. The evening has already arrived, the rain has already begun, and you are already settled. There is no need to move, no need to decide, no need to do anything at all, but rest here and listen. The rain continues its quiet work against the glass. You settle a little deeper into the chair now, and the cushion beneath you responds in its own quiet way. There is a particular give to it, not firm and not quite soft, but something that has learned the shape of sitting over time. Your body finds its angle without much thought, leaning just slightly to one side, your shoulder resting against the wing of the chair where the fabric is worn smooth. There is a small release that happens when you stop adjusting, when there is nothing left to do but sit and watch the rain trace its slow patterns on the glass. The rain continues as it has been, steady and patient, and now you begin to notice the individual drops more clearly. They do not rush. Each one gathers at the top edge of the pane, swells just enough to lose its grip, and then slides down in a wandering line, picking up smaller drops as it goes. Some trails are straight, or nearly so. Others curve and hesitate, finding their way around some invisible resistance in the glass, some faint streak of dust or memory of an earlier drop. You watch one make its way from the upper corner all the way down to the wooden sill, where it for a moment before disappearing into the grain. The sound of the gutters is more present now, a steady murmur somewhere below the window. Water is running through them, finding its way down through pipes and along channels worn into the stone over decades. It is not loud, not intrusive, just a low and constant voice that the building has been making all evening. You do not need to listen for it. It simply sits beneath the tapping on the glass, a deeper note in the same long chord. The teacup is still resting on the windowsill, just within reach. The warmth in it has shifted. It is no longer hot, no longer sending up wisps of steam into the cool air near the glass. Now it is simply comfortable, the kind of warmth that lingers without insisting. The ceramic is smooth under your fingertips if you reach for it, solid and familiar, and the heat has spread evenly through the walls of the cup so that there is no sharp edge to it, no surprise. You do not need to drink. It is enough to know it is there. Beyond the glass, the street below holds the rain in its own way. The cobblestones are dark with water, each one rounded and uneven, fitted against its neighbors in a pattern that has nothing to do with precision. Small pools gather in the low places between them, and each pool holds a reflection of the street lamp above, a smudged oval of pale gold that shifts slightly when another drop falls into it. The whole surface of the street seems to breathe faintly with the rain, expanding and contracting in the light, never quite still, but never truly moving either. It is a slow conversation between stone and water, one that has been going on since long before you sat down to watch. You let your gaze drift upward, past the street, past the window, across the way, with its single warm lamp glowing behind drawn curtains. The rooftops rise in their familiar silhouette against the gray evening sky. Old stone chimneys, some leaning slightly, some perfectly upright, slate tiles darkened by rain, fitted close and layered like scales. The edges of the roofline dissolve into the gray above without a clear boundary, as though the buildings are slowly becoming part of the sky, or the sky is settling down to meet them. There is no need to know their history. They are simply old, and they are quiet, and they hold the rain without complaint. The rhythm of it begins to work on you now, not all at once, but in the way that repetition does when you stop resisting it. The rain does not vary much. It does not rise or fall in drama. It taps and slides and murmurs, and it does so with a steadiness that asks nothing of you. The rain keeps its own time, and in that time there is room for you to simply be here, in this chair, in this small circle of lamplight, watching water find its way down glass. The room around you is less something you see now and more something you feel. The warmth at the back of the chair where your shoulders rest, the faint cool that drifts from the window glass, just enough to remind you of the boundary between inside and out. The weight of the evening settling over everything like a blanket someone has laid across your lap without a word. The light is amber and soft, scattered by the rain into something gentler than it was. The sounds layer themselves one over the other, rain and gutter, and the occasional creak of wood adjusting to the damp, and beneath it all, the deep and comfortable quiet that belongs to old buildings on rainy nights. You do not need to move. You do not need to decide anything or remember anything or plan for what comes next. The rain will continue. The street will hold its small pools of light. The rooftops will stand as they have stood, and you can simply sit here, feeling the give of the chair, the warmth at your back, the cool near the glass, and let the evening settle around you like something soft and familiar. You settle a little deeper into the chair now, feeling the way it holds you without effort. The weight of your body has found its place, and there is nothing left to adjust, nothing that calls for your attention. The room around you continues in its quiet way, and the rain continues beyond the glass, and both of these things ask nothing of you at all. Your gaze drifts back toward the window, but not to search for anything new. The rain is still there, moving down the glass in patterns you have already begun to know. The cobblestones below are still wet, still dark with water that reflects the pale glow of the street lamps. The lamp across the street still burns in its window, warm and steady, unchanged. None of this has altered, and there is a particular kind of comfort in that constancy, in the way the evening holds its shape around you. The sound of the rain has become something more than a background now. It is present in a way that feels almost internal, as though your breathing and the rhythm of the water have begun to move at the same pace. You do not need to listen for it anymore. It is simply there, tapping against the glass, running through the gutters below, filling the spaces between moments with its steady, unhurried voice. The rain keeps its own time, and that time is neither fast nor slow, only continuous, only certain. The teacup on the windowsill has cooled, not cold, but no longer warm in any way that you would notice if you reached for it now. The ceramic holds a kind of neutral temperature, the same as the wood of the sill beneath it, the same as the air in the room. It has become part of the stillness, part of the collection of objects that make up this quiet space. The curve of its handle, the faint stain of tea along the rim, these details are familiar now, unremarkable, woven into the evening like everything else. You become aware, gently, of your own breathing. It has found an even rhythm without your guidance, rising and falling in time with the rain, in time with the dim light that fills the room. Your shoulders rest where they have settled. Your hands lie still, heavy and warm. There is no need to shift or move, no restlessness waiting beneath the surface. Your eyes rest on the window, soft focused, taking in the rain-blurred glass without trying to see through it clearly. The lamplight in the room reaches only so far. You notice this now, the way it falls across part of the floor in a gentle pool of amber, the way it touches the edge of the windowsill and then fades. It does not quite reach the ceiling, leaving that space above you in a kind of gentle dimness that is not dark, only softer, only quieter. The corners of the room hold their own shadows, but they are comfortable shadows, familiar and unthreatening. The light does what it has always done, and the darkness does what it has always done, and both exist together without conflict. Outside, the rain continues to fall on the old stone buildings, on the narrow streets, on the iron railings and wooden shutters. You can hear it in the drain pipes, a low murmur of water moving downward, finding its way through old channels worn smooth by years of weather. Somewhere below, the city goes about its wet evening, people moving under umbrellas, perhaps, or lights coming on in windows as others settle in as you have settled. But all of that feels distant now, part of a world that continues without requiring anything from you. Your attention drifts between the window and the room, between the sound of the rain and the feeling of your own stillness. There is no effort in this drifting, no need to hold focus on any one thing. The rain on the glass, the lamp's warm glow on the floorboards, the weight of your body in the chair. Each of these sensations is present, available, but none of them demands to be noticed. The window across the street still shows its single light, and you rest your gaze there for a moment, then let it soften again. The rain blurs everything just enough that details become suggestions, edges become soft. The cobblestones below gleam faintly when the street lamp catches them, then fade back into shadow. This rhythm of light and dark, of clarity and blur, repeats without hurry, without end. You feel the evening settling around you like a layer of warm fabric, something that covers without constricting, that surrounds without closing in. The room holds you. The rain holds the city, and all of it continues in its own time, in its own way, requiring nothing, expecting nothing, simply being what it has always been. The whole scene rests before you now. The lamp, the window, the rain beyond, the wet streets below, the distant glow of other windows in other buildings where other people sit in their own warm rooms. The city breathes its quiet, rainy breath. The evening deepens by degrees too small to measure, and you are part of this, held within it, allowed to rest as the rain rests on the glass, as the light rests on the floor, as the whole night rests on the shoulders of the old stones below. The rain continues at the window, the same rain, the same gentle tapping against the glass that has been with you since the light began to fade. You are still in the chair by the sill, still watching the street below, and nothing has shifted except the deepening of the dark beyond the lamplight. The room around you holds its warmth, and the rain holds its rhythm, and you rest between them with nothing required of you. The street lamp below is still there, still blurring soft and gold through the water on the glass. The light has not changed. It spreads in the same gentle halo on the wet cobblestones, pooling in the same shallow places where the stone dips low. The reflection in the puddle is still soft, still wavering with each drop that falls into it, and you watch without needing to follow any particular drop or ripple. It is simply there, moving and still at once, and that is enough. Your teacup rests on the sill where you left it. It has cooled now, no longer giving off warmth, no longer holding steam. It is simply a small, still object, smooth ceramic, under your fingertips if you were to reach for it, but you do not need to. It has been company without asking anything of you, and it remains so now, quiet and solid and unbothered by the cooling. Across the street, the warm light in the distant window is still on. It has not flickered or dimmed. It is far enough away that you cannot see what lies within, only the glow itself, amber and steady against the dark. You do not wonder who might be there or what they are doing. The light is simply present, a small warmth in the night, and it joins the street lamp and the lamp in your own room as part of the constellation of gentle things that surround you. The rain keeps its own time. You listen to it now, not as something outside yourself, but as something woven into the evening, woven into the quiet that fills the room. The tapping against the glass is steady, neither hurried nor slow, simply continuing as it has continued, as it will continue. Water moves through the gutters below, a soft rushing that rises and fades, but never fully stops. The sound is layered, textured, full of small variations that do not interrupt the whole. Your own breath moves with the same kind of ease, in and out, steady and even, without effort or thought. You do not need to guide it or shape it. It simply continues, the way the rain continues, the way the lamplight continues to glow. There is a rhythm to the evening now, a pulse that includes the rain and your breathing and the faint creaking of the building as it settles around you. Everything moves together gently, without urgency. The glass is cool near your shoulder, cool where the autumn air presses close on the other side. But the room itself is warm, and you are warm within it, wrapped in the weight of your clothing or the softness of a blanket held by the chair beneath you. The contrast is pleasant, the coolness at the edges and the warmth at the center, and you rest within that balance without needing to shift or adjust. Outside, the street is empty. The cobblestones glisten under the rain, dark and slick and reflecting the lamplight in long, wavering lines. No one passes, no door opens or closes. The evening has settled into itself, into this particular stillness, and you are part of that stillness now. You watch the rain move down the glass in familiar paths, the same slow trails you have been watching, merging and separating and merging again. The light in the window across the street is still there. The street lamp is still there. The teacup is still resting on the sill. These things have not changed, and they will not change tonight. There is comfort in that, in the constancy of small things, in the way the evening holds its shape around you. You feel the weight of your body in the chair, the way you are held and supported without effort. Your shoulders rest, your hands rest. There is nothing you need to hold or carry. The rain continues its soft percussion against the glass, and you continue to breathe. And these two rhythms are not so different from one another. Both are steady, both are effortless, both simply are. The room is warm around you. The lamp glows with its amber light, softened by the rain, softened by the evening. The air smells faintly of damp stone, of cooling tea, of old wood, and the particular stillness that comes when a building has been standing for a very long time. You are held within all of this, within the room and the rain and the quiet, and there is nowhere else you need to be. The rain keeps its own time. You listen and you rest, and you let the evening continue around you. The street lamp blurs, the puddle reflects, the teacup cools, the light across the street glows softly in the dark, and the rain, the same rain, falls steady and gentle against the glass, just as it has been falling, just as it will continue to fall while you rest here in the warmth and the quiet and the dark. You are held now in the stillness of this room, in the quiet amber light, in the weight of the chair beneath you, and the warmth gathered close around your shoulders. The rain continues beyond the glass, just as it has all evening, steady and soft and unchanging. There is nothing more to watch for, nothing more to notice that has not already been noticed. Only the rain and the warmth and the dark settling over the city below. The room knows you are here. The chair holds the shape of you without effort. The blanket or the heavy fabric of your clothing keeps the warmth near your skin, and there is no need to adjust or move or think about comfort. It is already here. Your breath moves through you, slow and easy, the way it does when there is no reason to hurry. You do not need to guide it or deepen it or change it in any way. Only let it be there, the gentle rise and fall of it, the rhythm that has been with you all along. And then let even that quiet noticing slip away. The rain keeps its own time. The lamp is still on, still casting its warm and steady glow across the wood and plaster, across the windowsill where the teacup rests, long since cooled. It asks nothing of you. It will stay as long as it needs to, and you do not need to think about it. Beyond the window, the rain continues. It taps against the glass in that same unhurried pattern, water moving over the surface and sliding down in slow trails, blurring the light from the street below. The gutters carry water down through the old pipes, and the sound is muffled and distant and part of the fabric of the evening. The rain does not stop. It does not need to. It keeps its own time, as it has all evening, as it will through the night. The weight of your body rests fully now, supported by the chair, by the floor beneath, by the walls around you. There is no tension left to release. Only the warmth and the soft pressure of fabric against your skin and the dark gathering beyond the glass where the city goes on in its quiet and rain-soaked way. Your breath moves so slow now, so easy. The rise, the fall, and the stillness in between. The rain still there, the lamp still warm, the room holding you without effort or thought. There is nothing more to attend to. The evening has settled into itself, and you are part of that settling, part of the stillness, part of the quiet, rain-filled dark. The cobblestones below are dark with water. The window across the street still holds its single warm light, and the rain moves over all of it, gentle and constant, asking nothing. Your eyes may close now, or they may already be closed. It does not matter. The warmth is still near. The weight is still there, holding you softly in place. And the rain, always the rain. It taps against the glass, moves through the gutters, falls onto stone and wood, and the wet leaves gathered in doorways below. It falls as it has been falling and will go on falling through the night and into the hours you will not see. The room is warm, the chair holds you. The rain keeps its own time, and you are already somewhere close to sleep, somewhere soft and dark and held, where the rain is only a sound now, only a rhythm, only the gentlest pulse at the edge of everything. The warmth, the weight, the rain beyond the glass, the city below going on in its soft and watery way, and you here, held and warm and still.